I'm pregnant with the most beautiful girl in medical school. He said that this child came at the wrong time. I kicked him. He took his baby to New York overnight. I didn't expect that after I left. He's crazy about love. 5 years later, I became his member patient. The amber pupils under the white coat still make me weak in the knees. Ms. Amy. My consultation fee is $8,000 per hour. I ripped open my Chanel jacket. Charming smile. Dr. Charlie. Talking about money hurts our feelings. I'm looking at the hospital's celebrity wall. I didn't expect that he would become a popular chief psychologist at such a young age. Just then. Familiar footsteps came from the corridor. 5 years 6 months 3 days. After returning to China, I made 7 appointments with Charlie's psychological clinic. He refused. This is the 8th time. I stared at the flickering light on the door handle of the clinic. Suddenly I remembered the night of graduation. The watch he buckled around my waist. The second hand vibrates like rain kissing your spine. He opened the door. Come in, the white coat blows through the cherry blossom-scented breeze. Charlie sat in the backlight and flipped through the medical records. The sound of my fingers turning papers makes my knees weak. These hands once gently rested on my skin. Use your fingertips to trace the shape of my tailbone. Amy. 29 years old. Persistent insomnia with decreased libido. His voice is like an AI reading an autopsy report. When did it start? I ripped open the 3rd button of my Chanel jacket the day after I left. The pen scratched the medical record paper. I'm too familiar with this expression. When I secretly kissed his earlobe in anatomy class in college. This is how he cut frog nerve specimens into perfect equilateral triangles. Ms. Amy. As your psychiatrist. I want to remind you. I need your objective description. Not flirting. The way he pushes his glasses makes my throat dry, like how long it takes to fall asleep. Dream content. Somatization. Dr. Charlie. I put my legs on the examination bed. Black stockings hooked on the hem of his white coat. I have to take 3 sleeping pills every day to dream about you. As for physical reactions. He suddenly leaned over. Breathing past my left ear. I missed a heartbeat. Dilated pupils. Tachycardia. Palm moisture exceeds standard. He held my pulse. My eyes glanced at the watch on the other wrist. This is what Ms. Amy calls frigidity. The air conditioner in the clinic whined. I suddenly remembered the winter of my senior year. I was waiting for him outside the school laboratory wrapped in a down jacket. Charlie stuffed my frozen hands into his white coat. Rubbing my forehead with the tip of her nose, she said. The human body temperature is 365 degrees, which is the best time to catalyze dopamine. But at this moment his eyes were cold enough to shatter the mercury column. Treatment recommendations. He wrote in his medical records that he had chlorine disinfection treatment 3 times a week. Soak up all your lies full of holes. All right. Next patient. I awkwardly took the medical record and prepared to leave. His cold voice came from behind again. I don't know why you appear in front of me in this way. But. Please stop. I knocked over the nurse's cart while running away. Broken glass stuck in my hand. Are you okay? Ms. Amy, Charlie's assistant, helped me up. Does it hurt? He just leaned against the door frame. Look at my bleeding palms. Mocking her, no need to care about her. She's very hard-hearted. This pain is nothing to her. When getting in the car, Emma saw my hands wrapped like buns at a glance. How come it turned out like this when we met? He hit you. I held back my tears. Just pretending to be unfamiliar. Didn't you tell him about that? I shook my head and left for too long. I don't know how to start. Emma sighed with me. I told you that year. Don't make some decisions alone. I'm so miserable. Can we not be wise after the event? When I was in college. Everyone knows I love Charlie. To chase him. I bring him food every morning, noon and night. He is going to another city to attend a medical seminar. I'll charter a plane for him. He said I was too loud. Then I'll take the low-key route. I accompanied him to work and study. Accompany him on the green train. I persuaded him to have sex at the cheapest hotel near the school. They all say that I am a rich girl and I am willing to be a lowly person. But who knows how good Charlie is in my eyes. The deep eyes behind his glasses only looked at me. I fell. But I am pregnant. On the eve of graduation. I leaned into Charlie's arms and asked him, do you like children? Why did you suddenly say this? He rubbed my shoulder with his fingers with great pleasure. I carefully observed his reaction. What if I'm pregnant? Charlie sat up suddenly, turning around and looking at me seriously. Amy, this joke is not funny at all. You know, we are still young now. Not yet able to raise a child. My heart feels like it's been cut by a knife. Holding back sobs, I whispered to him, don't be afraid. I was kidding you. I know I'm wrong. He then bullied himself. In the darkness, the eyes are bright. It's not enough to just apologize with your mouth. I flew to the United States the day after I received my diploma. Facing my pregnancy, my parents overseas were furious. Kicked me out of the house. I could only work while holding my belly and trying to find a place to live. That's when Emma found me. How did you get here? At that time, I was pregnant. Wearing gloves and washing dishes in the restaurant kitchen. Emma blowing bubble gum. Hold up the bank card your mother gave you. Her family and mine are old friends. My mother is worried. Afraid that I would suffer. Contact her secretly. Let her take care of me. But I still gave birth prematurely because of overwork and malnutrition. When the baby was born, he weighed only a little over 1 kgs. Like a little mouse. But my life has changed since then. Early morning. I wiped away my tears. Dragging my tired body up. Another sleepless night. Just then, the hospital sent a text message. Remind me to go to Charlie's clinic for a follow-up visit in 2 days. When I knocked on the door and entered the clinic, Charlie is taking a nap with his head tilted back. The sun shines on his face. I couldn't help but go up and take a closer look at him. His facial features look tougher than I remembered Charlie. There is also some blue stubble around the mouth. Just when I was obsessed with counting his eyelashes. Suddenly looking into his open eyes. There is an indissoluble tenderness inside. Just a moment. He regained his disgusted look. It turns out that everything was just my illusion. Been away for so long. How could he still love me? Come in later. Please knock. He's like an ice sculpture. Stiffly took the follow-up medical record from my hand. I have no explanation. Just fix your facial expressions. Smile and tell Charlie what happened last time. Sorry. I suddenly appeared and disturbed you. Are you sorry only for what happened last time? He stood up and leaned over me. I said without any emotion that you spent so much effort to chase me in college and then suddenly disappeared. 5 years later, he suddenly came back. He bit the word chase very hard. Like a slap in my face. Amy. Is it fun to torture me? Or is it for a rich lady like you? The past with me was just for fun. If I say no, do you believe it? I looked up at him. Our breathing is so familiar to each other. Yet so strange. Give a reason. I opened my mouth for a long time but couldn't utter a word. How can I explain it to him? I gave birth to a child for him without his knowledge. The child is sick now. I need his help. My silence brought him disappointment. Charlie's patience is exhausted. He sat back in his office chair. Take a businesslike attitude. Ms. Amy. You have too many dark circles under your eyes. Didn't get enough rest these 2 days? I was a little surprised. Now he changes his expression faster than turning the pages of a book. He went on to say that it seems your insomnia is indeed quite serious. This is what happens when you do too many bad things. Better to go to the next clinic. Start from college. Tell us all the bad things you did. Maybe we can find the cause. I can't help but smile. Put on the shameless shell again. Can Dr. Charlie help me recall it with his own hands? I am very concerned about the high cost of outpatient consultations. Charlie didn't look at me again, but took my phone. Simply enter a string of numbers to unlock. He was a little surprised that he hadn't changed his password. The password was the date when I first truly belonged to him. I'm going to change my phone password to this. He blushed and laughed at me, saying, who would use this as a password? Then he clumsily knocked me down again. Seeing that I didn't respond, he smiled self-deprecatingly. You've always had a bad memory. He left his cell phone number. Let me wait for news. 3 days in a row. I'm busy with American affairs. Didn't call him. But I received his friend request. He asked me out at the university. At the school gate. Charlie gave me the hot cocoa. Amy's family was broke and she needed to wear some old clothes from a few years ago. I looked down at my windbreaker. I wore it when I went on a date with Charlie in school. Maybe I gave birth to a child. The body has changed a bit compared to the original. The clothes seem a little small. It seems that you went abroad. Life isn't going well. He took me wandering aimlessly around the campus. The two looked at each other in silence. As young men and women passed by us. I have some feelings. I couldn't help but sigh. It turns out that everything is different. What's wrong? Did you see a new target? Charlie's sarcasm makes me feel broken. Why did I come to this place? I took a deep breath. Still responding with a smile. What do you think? Charlie also smiled and took my hand. It's already April or May. But what is transmitted is a biting chill. You spent so much money. My sponsor. Of course, it treats you. My psychological defenses collapsed. Charlie. Could you please stop being so sarcastic when you talk? I shook his hand off. Yes. I left without a word. But I haven't done anything to hurt you. You don't have to humiliate me over and over again. Never did anything to hurt me. Charlie's eyebrows slightly raised. Amy. It was you who insisted on being with me. It was you who said you loved me. How you do it? Everyone knows you've gone abroad. I'm the only one kept in the dark. If you're tired of me, want to break up with me, you can just tell me frankly. But you didn't. You abandoned me like throwing away a piece of unwanted garbage. Did you know? Everyone is telling me. I'm just your toy. I don't believe what they say. I'm looking for you like crazy. Even if you give me a call. Just a phone call, but you didn't do anything. Charlie's eyes are red as if he wants to burn me out. My chest aches so much that I can't breathe. I can only bear the pain in my eyes. I have my own reasons. In fact, between us. Just when I was about to tell the truth. A gust of wind beside my ears. He clenched his fist and hit the tree trunk beside me. When released. The bones and joints are still red. Never mind. It's all over. I looked at him tremblingly. He didn't even glance at me. That's all for today's treatment. I looked at his back. I let go for a while. Sitting on the ground and crying. Charlie. Did I lose you? Just when I thought we would never meet again. He sent me a message again. Maybe Charlie felt a little guilty about the last violence. This time he asked me to meet him at Shinhu Park. That's where we confirmed our relationship. Night. Cool breeze blowing from the lake. We sat on the bench in silence for a long time. Instant. Fireworks suddenly exploded in the night sky. The light and shadow fell on his brow. I still remember the boy who took me to the park to watch the fireworks without paying a ticket. I miss that Charlie. When I wasn't in love yet. Some people call me a second-generation rich kid. He will stand firmly on my side. Teach those who insult me a lesson. By the lake. When I was applying medicine to him with a cotton swab. I curiously asked him why such a cool person would fight for me. He held my hand. Fingers intertwined. Amy. I am a stubborn person. If you don't really like me, don't mess with me. His warm breath on my face. I bit it without hesitation. Charlie. I like you very much. I like it very much. He responded to me in a restrained and low voice. Something happened to me. Men should do it. Do you remember what I said back then? He brought me back to reality. Looking at him talking. Charlie is so gloomy now. I said I would buy you the whole city's worth of fireworks. His throat rolled. Ridicule. Can buy now. But I feel it's boring. Amy. I have worked hard for many years. Some things are time to let go. Charlie is really ready to leave me. Is this our belated farewell? My heart is beating so hard it's suffocating. Sorry. Charlie. I'm really sorry. I couldn't stop crying and said, but I'm back. Charlie. I'm back to you. I also have my grievances. Final. Tears like a downpour. It's so hard to make peace with you. Why is it so hard? I should have known I shouldn't have left you. Stop crying. Stop crying. Look. You've ruined your makeup. Charlie looked at me with tears on my face. Like he's struggling with something. But still holding my face. Come together. The phone is ringing. I'm awake now. Turn your head away from the oncoming kiss. I apologized softly to Charlie. I'll take a call. I walked away with my phone. Make sure Charlie can't hear before answering. Is it Cindy? Mommy's soft and milky voice came from the other end of the phone. My heart is almost softened. Mommy, I miss you so much. Do you miss Cindy? I miss you as well. I really want to. After a brief chat, I secretly wiped away my tears and turned around. But fell into Charlie's arms. Let's continue. I thought I would be greeted by a passionate kiss. So I took his hand. But was thrown away. He took 2 steps back in awe. It's like it was someone else who wanted to kiss me. Let's go. He looked at me without any emotion. Today's consultation is over. Then next time. He interrupted me. Just say I will have my assistant send you the bill for today's treatment. Don't wait for my response. Charlie strode away. Cindy. At the airport. A little kid broke free from Emma's arms. Running towards me happily. Mommy. I miss you so much. I hold Cindy who smells like milk. Kiss her forehead. Mommy misses you too. Mommy has prepared a lot of picture books and dolls for you at home. You will like. Mommy gave it to me. I like them all. Back home. Settle Cindy. She nestled in my arms and said sweetly, Mommy. Can I see Dad with you this time when I come back? I looked at Emma with resentment. She stretched out 2 fingers and looked up to see the gods. I swear to God. I said absolutely nothing. Mommy. Cindy stood up and put her hands around my neck. Don't blame Mommy. I found it myself. She took out the iron box from her school bag and handed it to me. There's a photo in there that was torn from a student ID card. It's Charlie's. Soothe your daughter to sleep. Emma poured us 2 glasses of red wine. What has happened during this period? I picked up the red wine glass in front of me. Drink it all. The bitter liquid melts in my throat. He hasn't contacted me for over a week. I felt like he was ready to forgive me. But suddenly it became cold again. I think of the unfinished kiss by the lake. Maybe I'm just being too sentimental. Charlie is no longer the same person he was back then. Not so easy to please. Emma complained helplessly that it was just like drinking lukewarm water. Boring. If I were you. Then he stuffed Cindy into his arms. Such a cute baby. If he is not soft-hearted, he is not a human being. I shook my head. He didn't want this child back then. I don't know whether the existence of this child is good or bad for Charlie. I don't dare to gamble. I don't want to hurt my Cindy. Emma drank the last drop of red wine in the glass. Amy. You need to hurry up. Cindy had another nosebleed during the layover. Late night. Moonlight shines on Cindy's face. The tender little face is so pale. I held her in my arms. Cindy. Mommy loves you. Mommy will definitely save you. I don't have any reservations this time. Went straight to the hospital. Haven't entered yet. I saw the female assistant who usually received me wave the pregnancy test stick in front of Charlie several times. Charlie. I'm pregnant. Charlie has his back to me. But you can also feel his smile from behind. He felt like he had found a treasure. Hugging her carefully. I know, every word is a pampering. It turns out that this is what happened when he knew he was pregnant. I suddenly felt a little regretful. It turns out that some regrets cannot be made up for. This moment. All the memories are flooding in this world where I am the only one left. Who turned off the light? It's dark in front of my eyes. I woke up on Charlie's bed. I struggled to get up. The right hand is restrained by the 4-needle. Blood coming out of the catheter. But I don't feel any pain. How did you get up? Charlie's assistant came over to help me. I looked around. The assistant understood. He smiled and said he was going to a meeting. I was specifically told. Tell Ms. Amy that you must wait until he comes back before leaving. Looking at the little girl in front of me. So young. So cheerful. Can make Charlie laugh like that. Must be a nice guy. I felt a wave of guilt in my heart. I'm like a clown. He has a new life. I'm still shamelessly trying to make him have a place for himself in his new life. Congratulations, I'm holding back my tears. Force a sincere smile. Ms. Amy also heard my good news just now. His assistant laughed. Eyes curved. Thank you. He must be very good to you. I am jealous and envious. Yeah, he's a really good guy. Delicate. And serious. Then the assistant looked at me seriously and said that I still had work to do. Ms. Amy, please take a rest first. After that, she stuffed me a strawberry-flavored Cindy. That was my favorite food in college. Dr. Charlie said you have low blood sugar. This is for you. Thanks. You're welcome. I have quite a few. If you want more food, come get it from me. Cindy is like hot lava. Burned a hole in my heart. I pulled out the needle. Stumbled out of the hospital. Left behind that Cindy. Charlie. Obviously I still like you so much. I obviously also hope that you will fall in love with me again. Why did I just let go? Everything faded away. I also want to laugh freely. But the rest of my life is so long. Without you. How can I do that? I blocked Charlie again. The hospital will send me follow-up information from time to time. I turned a blind eye. I thought I could rekindle my relationship with Charlie. Have a baby. Using umbilical cord blood to save my Cindy. I don't have much time left now. I can only actively contact the nationally renowned pediatric director. Mommy. I want this. Cindy points to the potato chips on the supermarket shelf. I pretend to be angry, this is not good. How about changing it? Cindy wearing a mask. Eyes full of dissatisfaction. How come you are here? When Charlie shouted. I subconsciously covered Cindy. But he still saw. He looked at me suspiciously. Look at the little one in front of you again. Not yet spoken. Cindy shouted. I have seen this, uncle, and the little kid curiously looking at the man in front of him. He looked at me again with sharp eyes. Where have you seen me? Why can't I remember? Charlie is in the mood. In Mommy's iron box. Mommy. Charlie looked at me. You have a child. Dry. This is Emma's. I explained with a guilty conscience. She is a playboy, but she can give birth to such a cute child. Charlie sneered, God really favors people like you. Cindy is interested, uncle is so handsome. I want my uncle to hold me. Haven't waited for my response yet. Charlie picked up Cindy. How old is the child? I am 4 years old. She is 3 years old. The little kid remembered it wrong. I looked at Charlie nervously. Cindy's eyes are too much like Charlie's. Fortunately, he didn't care. Lift the child up. Lift him up high. Cindy happily plays in his arms. Uncle. You know, this is the first time I've been held so high. Where is the child's father? Charlie didn't look at me. Instead, my eyes are all on this little thing. He's a scumbag. No more mention. I don't know if Charlie heard it. He put Cindy directly into his shopping cart and said, Uncle will buy you whatever you like to eat. Cindy looked at me proudly and asked me if I could fuck my mommy. That sound was particularly heavy. Watching the interaction between father and daughter. I don't feel good. I think I still have some moral bottom line. Charlie has a new girlfriend and a child. I shouldn't be in his life anymore. So when Charlie offered to drive Cindy and me back home, I refuse. But Cindy had already climbed into Charlie's car. I sat in the back seat holding my daughter. The pendant hanging under the driver's mirror hurts my eyes. That was the amulet I prayed for Charlie in famous temples. He still keeps. After we got off the bus, he helped us carry the snack bag home. Just like we are a normal couple. But fake is fake after all. He stood at the door and handed me the snack bag. I said thank you. About to close the door. He blocked it with his shoes. Be your driver. I'm your porter again. When did the rich girl become so stingy that she wouldn't even give me a drink of water? Charlie looked dissatisfied, like a big golden retriever asking for comfort. I can only let him in. When changing shoes. His eyes rested on a pair of men's leather shoes in the entrance hall. Frowning. That's because Emma is afraid that we will be targeted by bad guys. Purposely bought it on a second-hand website. When opening the package. The whole house smells like feet. She vomited and said. Strong taste is real. I went back to the room after coaxing Cindy. Poured Charlie a cup of tea. He walked to the sofa and sat down. Looking up and down at the house. Remember, your family is quite rich. Why live in such an old and dilapidated house? I stood 1 meter away and answered that I was ignorant and squandered when I was young. When I grow up, I know that money should be spent wisely. Is this why you didn't come to the hospital for a follow-up checkup? Charlie said to me with scrutiny. I charge too much. Just take it as. I don't know how much more Cindy's illness will cost. Every bit of savings counts. Add me back. Charlie was drinking tea as if talking about something unimportant. They are all old classmates. If you need any help, you can also find me. I smiled bitterly. Now we are not even exes. They're just old classmates. I shook my head. My presence during this period of time has disturbed your life. He snorted coldly, you are not capable enough to disturb me. It turns out that I was just being sentimental. He seemed to have discovered some new world in the universe. Stand up suddenly. He stood in front of the sideboard in no time. There are still Polaroid photos of us together on the cabinet. Charlie slightly raised his thin lips. Why didn't he throw it away? Aren't you afraid of being misunderstood? I'm confused about what I misunderstood. He's approaching me. The wet words in my ears made me confused. My body reacts before my heart. What misunderstanding do you say? His nose is very close. I can see it just by looking up. It turns out that my moral fortress can also collapse in an instant. When I was struggling with whether to respond to him regardless of life or death. He smiled slyly. Restore the cool look. If you have insomnia, remember to send me a message. I'll give you a discount because we're old classmates. The prerequisite is to let me out of the small dark room first. He put down his teacup and turned to leave. Before leaving, I kicked the pair of old men's leather shoes. What kind of taste? I don't understand Charlie anymore. The old shoes are annoying you. Let him out of the dark room. But I didn't contact Charlie again. Watching him send me a stream of messages. My eyes are full of steam. Some pains will pass if you endure them. Emma is angry with me. But he still helped me find a well-known pediatrician. Dr. Kevin. Please take another look at my daughter's illness. Dr. Kevin is very experienced. He just came back from studying abroad. It will definitely cure Cindy. Emma was there to comfort me. After reading the examination report, Dr. Kevin told me that he already understood the general situation. Although the traditional method of extracting stem cells from umbilical cord blood is, but the most practical, the cure rate is relatively high. However, domestic scientific research is developing rapidly. I'm going back to the department to discuss the feasibility of other treatment options with other directors. So arrange for your child to be hospitalized first. Stabilizing the child's condition is the top priority. Thank you, Dr. Kevin. I held his hands tightly. Tears keep falling on the back of my hands. Ms. Amy, rest assured. Miss Love's friends are my friends. I will definitely cure Cindy. He pulled his hand away. Patted my shoulder. I haven't had time to react yet. A sudden gust of wind flashed across my nose. Dr. Kevin has been laid on the ground. I was distracted for a moment when I saw the irritable Charlie. Emma reacts faster than me. She helped Dr. Kevin up. Then he turned around and yelled at Charlie. Charlie, what's wrong with you? Charlie came up and grabbed my arm. There is disappointment and confusion in his eyes. Is this the kind of shit you left me for? I sent you so many messages. You ignore me because of him. What do you like about him? Do you like his big belly, bald head, and short stature? This comrade. What you said is true. But it hurts to say it out loud. Dr. Kevin protested while covering his swollen face. Charlie, shut up. He collapsed and grabbed my shoulders and didn't contact me during this period. Is it because you found a new employer? I am full of grievances. Give him a hard slap, Charlie. Stop making trouble. Okay? Charlie collapsed. Not as arrogant as before. Amy. You left 5 years ago. It took me so long to convince myself to start living again. But 5 years later, you suddenly appeared in front of me and provoked me. Now. You said I was making trouble. Amy. Can you make some sense? I beg you. Can you please be reasonable? He shook me. Crashed. Enough. Emma roared. Interrupt our argument. Charlie. You have to be reasonable. Then let's be reasonable. Emma. Please. I shed tears not to embarrass myself further. But Emma is determined to do what she wants. He was the child's father. You should be responsible for your children. Even if it's child support, he should give it. What kid? Charlie heard and looked at me suspiciously. Amy gave you a daughter. You should have seen it. That little one named Cindy. She is my daughter. Charlie's expression is very strange. Crying and laughing. But then he grabbed me angrily. Why didn't you tell me when you were pregnant? Did you think I was unworthy? At this moment Emma answered the phone. She said anxiously to me, the nanny said Cindy fainted. Now sending him to the hospital for emergency treatment. Charlie saw Cindy in the ward through the glass window. Eyes full of love. Why didn't you tell me when you were pregnant? Do you think I'm not worthy of being the father? Pregnant on the eve of graduation. But I asked you. You said you didn't want it. I've already given up on Charlie. Nothing is more important than my daughter. When did I say I didn't want children? I'm too lazy to respond. Charlie was silent for a moment, but then he suddenly realized. I just thought we were too young. I don't want you to suffer with me. Besides, you didn't tell me directly that you were pregnant. Is it still important to worry about these things? I looked at him coldly. You already have someone giving birth to your child. Why are you playing the role of a loving father here? Charlie looked confused. When did I have other children? Why do you dare not take responsibility? Your little assistant. Holding a pregnancy test stick to tell you that you are pregnant. You hugged her happily. I saw it all. Charlie smiled bitterly. So you ignored me because you were jealous. I have a bottom line. I won't rob others. Charlie blocked my mouth before I could finish. His hormones spread unbridled in my lips and tongue. She's pregnant with someone else's child. She has had her husband's childhood sweetheart for many years. You also know her husband. This is my former junior who did the experiment. Emma couldn't stand it anymore and scolded us. I beg you not to be here. Can this feeling be turned into a memory? This is a hospital, not a place for romance. Aren't we here to solve the child's treatment problem? Back to the topic. Charlie asked me what the doctor said. Emma looked at him with resentment. The American doctor said that he could use umbilical cord blood. Chinese doctors also say this. But when Amy gave birth to her baby, she was premature. So the umbilical cord blood was contaminated and nothing was left. What other treatments do doctors in China have? Charlie looked anxious. We have found a reliable doctor in China and just contacted him. I was beaten by you. Charlie was silent for a moment and then asked me. So Amy, come back to me. Just to have another child with me to save Cindy. It turns out that people really laugh when they are speechless. He covered his eyes and laughed at Amy. What am I to you? When he turned away. Wobbly. I wanted to chase him but was stopped by Emma. Believe me, he will come back. You chased him for so many years in college, it's time for him to chase you. I wiped away my tears. Lying on the glass window, I continued to look at Cindy. There are several tubes inserted into her small body. It must be painful. In the end, Charlie agreed to have another child with me in order to save Cindy. We calculated the ovulation period and got naked in the hotel. He kissed my body as he came up. I stopped when I touched the birth scar on my belly. I thought it was the scar that put him off. He trembled and kissed her again and again. Was it painful at that time? I cried like a little girl whose heart was pierced. He stopped what he was doing and held me in his arms carefully. Amy. Sorry. A lot of apologies. You are pregnant alone. Cindy must have suffered a lot giving birth and taking care of herself alone. I nodded in his arms. The familiar cool taste from 5 years ago still makes me feel at ease. I haven't had a good night's sleep for a long time. I cried and I felt sleepy. This is the first time I felt sleepy in over 5 years. He took the quilt and covered me. Don't force it. I closed my eyes. Listening to his distant and gentle voice. He hasn't spoken to me like this in a long, long time. In a dream. Charlie said, Amy. What should I do? I still love you very much. In a dream. Cindy's illness is finally cured. In a dream. Our family of 3 sat on the Ferris wheel and watched the sunset. I laughed until tears came to my eyes. The director of the children's hospital who was beaten eventually sorted out a new treatment plan. Cindy received treatment and is recovering. Charlie sat in the backlight and flipped through the medical records. The sound of my fingers turning papers makes my knees weak. Take care of me. Charlie peeled the orange and shook it in front of her. Cindy called me daddy. I'll give it to you. That's the childishness that Charlie has never shown before. Cindy called out Dad reluctantly. Charlie cried with joy. There is no noble look. When he left the ward, he held my hand and asked carefully if the baby was well. You don't need me anymore. I look businesslike, you will always be the father of the child. He hugged me tight. I could still be your husband. Can you give me a chance to take good care of you and your daughter? I nodded. He picked me up and walked towards the elevator hall. I asked him what he was doing in panic. Charlie rubs my ear and there is one last treatment for insomnia. Need to practice.